Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to create subscriber in Zenler from Google Form responses. Suppose you want that as soon as a new form is submitted through Google Forms, automatically by using the response of that Google form, a new subscriber should be created in Zenler. So how we are going to do this process automatically and effortlessly? For that we will have to set up an integration between Google Forms and Zenler. For that what we are going to do, we are going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. Now what we are going to do, we have Google Forms in our trigger and Zenler in our action. So we will be connecting both of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that as soon as a new form will be submitted in Google Forms, automatically by using that response, a new subscriber is going to be created and added in Zenler. And to learn this entire process step by step, let me take you all to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn how to automatically enroll a student for a particular course in Zenler by using Google Form responses. Okay, so let's start learning this process step by step. First of all, in order to create the workflow, we have to come on our browser and then we have to search for pabbly.com/connect. When we do that, we will come on the landing page of the software. Here we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you have to click on sign up for free button to create your free new account, and it will take only 2 minutes. Also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks to explore this amazing software. Now because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. After coming on all apps section, we can find all the products offered by Pabbly. In order to integrate various applications, we use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now here. And it will take us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So this is the dashboard, and here we can find all the workflows which we create. And to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option given on right corner with blue color. So let's click on it, and here we can find a dialog boxes appear in front of us which is asking us to provide this workflow a suitable name. So let's give it a name as create user in Zenler course for Google Form response. Okay, so this is our objective. Therefore I have given this name to the workflow. So you can give any of the random name you want. Now after giving the name, let's click on create. And here as we do that, we can find that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the basic principles or the basic concepts of this entire workflow. Here we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Okay, so the workflow in Pabbly Connect runs on these two principles, trigger and action. Okay, so the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is always the response towards the trigger. Whatever we will select in our trigger will initiate the entire workflow, and the action will be the response towards that same trigger. Okay, now let's start creating this workflow. First of all, we have to select our trigger application, which is going to be Google Forms. So let's select it. And in our trigger event, we want that whenever a new response will be captured in Google Form, then the response should be received here also in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's select new response received. And as we do that, we can find that a webhook URL is provided to us along with some instructions. Integrate our Google Form with Pabbly Connect. First of all, let us open the Google Form which we have created. So I have created this particular form in Google Form, which is named as course registration form for Python for beginners. Okay, so I have created this form in order to register students for Python for beginner course in Zenler. Okay, so it contains first name, last name, email and contact number. Let us turn this required field on. So now each and every detail is mandatory here in this form. So how we are going to connect Pabbly Connect with this particular form? For that we will have to go on this response section. Okay, and then first of all we have to link this form with Google Sheets. So let us link this with Google Sheets. Let's click on create. And here we can find that automatically a Google Sheet is created for the same form which we have created with a name as course registration form responses. Okay, so now as soon as a new form will be submitted in Google Form, automatically the response will be captured here also in Google Sheet. Okay, so we will connect this particular Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect by using this webhook URL. Okay, so let us first copy this webhook URL. And what we are going to do, we will go on our Google Sheet and we have to go on this extensions option. Okay, so let's select it, and then we have to click on add-ons and we have to go on get add-ons. Okay, it will take us towards Google Workspace Marketplace. So here we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay, and basically we have to install this Pabbly Connect webhooks here. So you can find that I have already installed it. So I will just cross it and we will again go on extensions, and this time we have to go on this Pabbly Connect webhooks. We will select initial setup And this initial setup will enable us to connect our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. So first of all, we have to enter the webhook URL here. So we will simply paste the webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect, and the next is trigger column. So now what is the trigger column? Trigger column is the last column in which the data is entered in the Google Sheet. So here we can find that column E, which contains the contact number, is the last column in which the data is going to be entered. So here our trigger column will be column E. Okay, but before entering that, what we are going to do, we will first enter the data here in Google Sheet. How we can do that? By filling up this form. So we will fill up this form by clicking on preview in order to do a test submission, so that the response should be captured in Google Sheet and the same response should be captured in Pabbly Connect also. Okay, so let us enter the dummy details over here. First of all, I'm going to enter the first name as, let's say, demo. For the last name, let's say I'm going to enter student, demo student. Let us enter a dummy email also, demo776@pabblytudes.com, just a random email and a random phone number. Done. We will click on submit, and here our form is submitted successfully. So we will go back on our Google Sheet and we can find that automatically the response is received here also. Okay, so now we will enter the trigger column, which is our column E, because data is entered last in column E. So we have to simply enter capital E here. Okay, now we will click on send test, and here our test data is sent successfully. Now we will click on submit. So basically the concept of trigger column says that whenever the data will be entered up to the trigger column, that is, for example, in this particular Google Sheet, whenever the data will be entered up to column E, then only the workflow will initiate. Okay, so here we have done our initial setup, and now we will go back on Pabbly Connect, and here we can find that already we have received the response here too. Okay, along with all the details which we have entered in the Google form. Okay, first name, last name, email and the contact number. Now we will use this particular response in order to enroll a student in Zenler for a particular course. Okay, so let us select our action application, which is going to be Zenler. And in our action event, we have to select enroll user to a course, because we want to enroll a user to a particular course. Click on connect. And from the given options, let's select add new connection, and here we have to enter two details, API key and school or account name. Okay, so first of all, let us enter the API key. From where we are going to find this? For that, we have to go on the admin site in our Zenler account, and under developer we have to go on the API key section. Okay, so I will take you to my Zenler account, and this is the dashboard of Zenler. From the top we can find the option of sites, so let's go on site option, and from the left side we have to scroll down until we find the option of API key. So let's select API key, and here we can find that we have received the API key here. So let's just reset this API key by clicking on this reset API key button, and our token is generated successfully. Now we will copy this and we will simply paste it here. Done. Now the next is school or account name. So from where we are going to find this school or account name? For that, again we have to go on our Zenler account, and in our URL we will find the school name. Okay, so let us again go on API account, and this is the URL. From the top we can find that before newzenler.com, here is our school name. So we will simply copy it and we will paste it over here. Okay, click on save, and our Zenler account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now we will move further, and we have to enter the details given over here. So first is the course ID. So here from the drop down we can select the course name. So basically I want to enroll students in this Python for beginner course, so I've selected it from the drop down. Okay, now the next is course plan ID. So it is possible that we have created multiple plans for a same course, okay, in Zenler. So we have to enter the ID of that particular plan which we want to use in order to enroll the students for that course. Okay, so from where we are going to find that? For that we again have to go on Zenler account, and we will go on the course section this time, and here we can find all our courses. So I want to use this Python for beginner course, so we will open it, and from the top we have to go on the pricing section. Okay, so here we can find all the plans which we have created. Now because we can find that I only have one plan here, which is a free plan, so we have to enter the ID of this plan only. For that we will open this form in the edit mode, and here we can find, after coming on this page, a URL is given over here. So from this URL, we have to copy this particular number which is given before /edit. Okay, so we will copy it, and this is our course plan ID. Now we will simply paste it in our Pabbly Connect. Done. The next is email address. So we want to enroll a student in Python for Beginner course in Zenler by using Google Form response. Okay, so here we have received email ID and all the details of the students in response. So we will use this response only in order to map the details over here. So how we are going to do that? We will simply click on it, and we can find that our previous response is given over here, Google Form. So we will select it, and we will select our email ID. So it is mapped. So why we are using this step? That is why we are mapping the data instead of entering it manually. Because we want that whenever a new form is submitted in Google Forms and the response is captured here in Pabbly Connect, automatically these fields should be replaced with the new details of a new student. Okay, but if we will enter the data manually, then it will become static and it will not change with every new response. Then the workflow will get stuck. Okay, so in order to automate the entire process without doing any manual step, we use mapping here, and mapping is very important step of this automation. Okay, so let's map the first name also in the same manner. First name is given over here, and now we will map the last name. Done. Now after entering all the details, let's click on save and send test request. And here we can find that we have received the response and the message is success, and it is written user enrolled to the course successfully. Okay, so that means this particular student who has filled the form in Google Form is successfully enrolled for Python for Beginner course in Zenler. Now we will go on Zenler and we will check for the response here also. So we will go on the course section. Under that we will again open the Python for Beginner course, and this time we have to go on the student section. And we can find that yes, a new student is enrolled for this particular course with the name as demo student and the same email ID which we have received through Google Form response. So this means our workflow is perfectly successful. Now we will go back on Pabbly Connect and we will summarize what we have done in this workflow. So we have taken very simple steps here: trigger and action. In trigger we have taken Google Forms, and in action we have taken Zenler. So we have connected both of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a new response will be received through Google Forms, because we have already linked our Google Form with a Google Sheet, automatically the response will be captured here too, and the same response will be captured here in Pabbly Connect automatically. And after that, as soon as the response will be received here, a new user will be enrolled to a particular course which we have selected. Okay, so these are the steps which we have to follow in order to create this workflow and to integrate both these applications. Now this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can easily integrate many other applications by using Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can easily email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can easily reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you are having any pricing related issue with Pabbly Connect, you can easily reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful in any way, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our videos and subscribe to our channel to learn more such automation.